All right, here we go. We have Country Wayne and Zaytoven. Zaytoven, you've been on VladTV before. Country Wayne, this is your first time, man.
Yeah,
Glad
for
to
sure.
have both of you.
Yeah.
Feeling good, man.
Feeling good, man. You know, hey, we in Atlanta, just chilling.
That's what it is. Now, Zay, I know you have to go soon, so I want to get some of my questions with you
Okay.
out of the way. And I guess the first question is, how did the two of you actually hook up to do the EP?
Us hooking up. Well, first of all, I think I was a fan of watching Country Wayne, on Facebook. You know how you start watching somebody, but not really watching. I kept just scrolling past seeing them, then I see a skit and it'd be like funny. Then I started seeing them on Instagram. And I saw them do a lot of, skits with people I know. And people around me would start saying like, well, Zay, Country Wayne want to do a skit with you and this and that. So I'm like, okay, bet, cool, hook it up. I'd love to do it. So we just hooked up really to do a skit in the first place. And that turned into us, throwing around ideas, saying, because I didn't know he can rap. I didn't know he rap. I didn't know he could rap for real. So, he was, when we kind of put ideas around, he's like, well, no, I'm rapping this and that. Let's do a skit about rapping. I'm listening like, well, hold on, you rap for real. We might as well do an EP to go with, what we doing. And I think that's just how it came about.
Okay. And Wayne, how do you feel about getting someone on the stature of Zaytoven?
Oh, man, that's a blessing, to come from, because, it's my character Drip that we hooked them up with, you know what I'm saying? So I was already doing that character, and Drip grabbed the audience. And Country Wayne really, they knew Country Wayne, but they rocked with Drip. So it just fit the world of, I'm a comedian, but Drip went ahead and grabbed the culture in a different way. So, hey, man, and the land with Zaytoven on his first project, man, that's just a blessing. Like, come on, man. Like, it's a lot of producers send you beats in the email, dun, 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 and hey, you like, yeah, that ain't it. But man, to come off the rip with Zay, with my character Drip, man, that was just a blessing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, Zaytoven, would you say you're one of the godfathers of trap music?
Will I say that? I
I
like when other people say it, but
Okay.
that's been a label on, it's been a label of mine, I think, for a while now. So I guess I will say that.
Okay. And trap music has always been kind of an interesting term to me because, when I first heard it, I'm like, okay, this is gangster music, but it seems like it's almost its own thing. So if you were to define trap music, how would you define it?
I would define trap music as more so like hustling music. It's motivational music. It has a certain dirty twang to it, Like gangster music is almost, to me, is like almost gang culture music in a way. Trap music is more like, it's hustling music. Whether you selling dope, you might be selling haircuts, whatever it is, it's just hustling music. It's like motivational music. So that's the way I think I describe trap music.
Okay. And, you started out working with Gucci Mane, like what year exactly? 2001,
2001, around 2001. Yep, by 2001.
Okay. And, we talked about this last time. You guys were hustling for a while until So Icy came together.
Yep.
And that was a big breakthrough really for the both of you.
Yeah and no. It was a breakthrough, I think, more so for Gucci than it was for me. Because Gucci is the artist at the time. So he's the limelight of this song. This is his song. He doing his thing. But me as a producer, you got to think, I'm still not as known or not seen as much as, somebody like Gucci. So, I still had to work my way to start showing people who Zaytoven was.
Fair enough. The humble Zaytoven. I forgot.
No, for real. Because
Exactly
after
how
Icy,
humble
it wasn't
you are.
like, after Icy, everybody knocking down my door like I got to get, some Zaytoven beats. It wasn't that. You know what I mean? It was, I got my first big song on the radio, but I still got to make my name and make my way.
Fair enough. And, in terms of the Gucci and Jeezy beef, it kind of started over that song. Because both artists wanted it. And I think what was really dope, and I think it was on Breakfast Club, is that Jeezy approached you for ownership of the song. And at the time, he was the bigger artist.
Of course.
He was on Def Jam. He had the Boys in the Hood deal. Puffy was behind him. And the streets were on fire with, the Trap or Die mixtape and so forth. But you actually said, nah, I'm gonna stick with Gucci on the song, who's the actual owner of it.
Well, you gotta think, Gucci, this is my guy. This is a guy that come to my house 7:30 in the morning every day. Like we working on music with each other every day. We going to the club every day. We go to the club with our clothes, from the flea market sprayed up with the name of the song that we performing, that night. So there's nobody can come in and say, have me portray Gucci to just because they got a bigger name or who they are. To be honest with you, I was a fan of Gucci more than I was a fan of anybody else. So, I was gonna route him regardless.
Yeah, man. I always say when producers always approach me and say, how do I get on? How do I get on? The answer I give them every time is find an artist that no one knows about and work together with that artist. And if you guys blow that up, it's smooth sailing from that point on.
You must have heard me say that because that's all I say to producers. That's exactly what I tell producers. Yeah.
Okay, so, the song comes out, it's a hit song, but then Jeezy has an issue with it. And, rap beef is nothing new in hip hop. It happens all the time. People do diss records, people talk shit, whatever. But then the whole home invasion situation happens and Gucci Mane ends up killing Pookie Loke. And now he's facing a murder charge. So this is your friend and you're involved, not in the violence of it, but in the song of it. What are you going through as this is happening?
What am I going through? I was feeling like, I always felt like even really all my life, even me doing music, I feel like I could be doing something good and then some come to kind of just dim the light on whatever it is I'm doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, here it is, boom, we got the song, we got the biggest song of the year, So Icy, Gucci Mane now blowing up, but this come along. So now it's a, murder case involved. The song kind of might get blackballed. It's not going to reach its full potential. So I'm always looking at it as in, okay, well, this was a jump start. Now I got to do this to try to, keep the fire burning, to keep something going. So I always look at that. If you look at any of my songs in my whole career, I always felt like it always been a dim light on it, no matter what it is. If it's for Usher, it's for Migos, whoever it is, the big song I got with these guys is something over it. It's some blackball, something going on somewhere. Like, it's an issue somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So well, dealing with Gucci, dealing with Gucci, there's shit, especially the old Gucci. The new Gucci's all enlightened and everything else like that, but the old Gucci was wild as hell.
Yeah.
Wayne, when you heard about sort of the beef about So Icy, and then when Gucci went and got arrested, being in Atlanta, what did you think about that?
I wasn't in Atlanta. I was in a small town, we 3 hours from Atlanta. So we looked up to Atlanta. So we boy, that comes some serious stuff. Like we felt like, hey man, Gucci Mane, because we looking at it as beef, but we felt like it wasn't like Tupac and Biggie beef. Like this just some music thing. But when somebody got hurt, it was some Gucci Mane fans like, yeah. And I'm like, boy, Atlanta kind of serious with this thing. And we thought this happened in Chicago and in New York. And boy, it's getting close to Georgia. Yeah. With this beef in this music, you feel me? So we felt like, man, boy, it's getting serious.
You ended up producing a couple of diss songs for Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
You did Bench Warmers,
mm-hmm.
which ended up playing in the verses, but then you did Truth. When he said, "Go dig your partner up, but you can't say shit." When he spit that in the studio, and you're producing the song, and this is hit 'em up level dissing. You know what I'm saying? This is like, okay, this is personal. This is you can't take this back. And you're connected to the song once again. How did you feel about that verse? Did you talk to Gucci about it or be like, well, whatever?
About the verse when he was doing the song?
Yeah.
Like, you got to think, this is a guy that we coming out the mud together. So I'm his producer. So it don't matter whoever he talking about. If he doing it on Zaytoven beat, whether he doing it at my house, that's how he feel. That's what he gonna do. And I'm the guy that's I'm making the music for him. I don't personally have a beef with Jeezy or whoever else. You know what I mean? We're actually cool. But everybody know Gucci is my guy. And if Gucci called me at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, Zay, I need a beat, boy, I'm finna do this. What I'm gonna say? No. I'm finna wake up and get up and make the beat for him. Cause, because of Gucci, I'm successful in a lot of ways. Like, you know, without Gucci, then you probably wouldn't get Zaytoven. So, you know, I got to ride for my guy.
Well, me personally, you know, I'll interview people and they'll say something about a particular artist. And I've had situations where the artist or the entourage will approach me and they'll feel like it's my fault that person said something.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a situation where someone's approached you because you produced a beat and there was a diss verse on that beat?
Yeah. I mean, I think the reason why I couldn't work with nobody else at first is because Gucci is like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's Gucci producer. So I was like, let's stay away. They was like, let's stay away from him. You know what I mean? Like, especially the big time, you know, guys that had deals and that was signed to labels and stuff like that. So it took a long time. It took me really getting it out the mud forever to, you know, to get on the level that I'm on. But I didn't care. It's like, I didn't care about making it in the industry. I didn't know I was going to be no big time producer, none of that. So me having my first song with Gucci Mane on the radio was like, I was satisfied. I felt like, this more than what I dreamed of. So if it go past this just, you know, gravy on top. So if I only ever produced for Gucci, I would have been happy. You know what I mean? It's just a blessing that everything else came, so.
Well, right, because after So Icy, you did Usher.
Yeah.
And you got a Grammy for that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your only Grammy?
That's the only one, yeah.
How did that feel to get a Grammy?
To be honest with you, even when the song being number one, other people had to call me and tell me like, oh, Zay, congratulations, your song number one, and this and that, because I wasn't looking at that like that, you know? At the time, I did a song for Usher. I never met Usher. You know, I did the song with Sean Garrett. You know, he writes for Usher a lot of times. So it's like I was happy and I'm excited about it, but I was more excited when OJ the Juice Man made the trap say, hey, is number 5 on the chart. You know what I mean? Just for it being such a big song. It meant more to me because these are guys that, you know, we ain't have nothing. We in my mama basement just trying to make songs and, you know, it blows up. I felt like when I did the song with Usher, it don't matter who would have produced the song. It's going to go number one anyway because it's Usher already, you know? You know what I mean? So I was more proud of the fact that, dang, Gucci, I made a song with Gucci. Now it's the biggest song. You know, I made a song with OJ the Juice Man. It's the biggest song. I did a song with Migos. That's the biggest song of the year. That makes me feel better because it's like these are guys that's coming from nowhere. You didn't even know these guys before. So.
Well, in terms of some of your biggest songs, you know, Future featuring Drake, Used to This.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not as big as the Usher song, but is that your second biggest song ever?
Yeah, probably so. I don't even keep up with that. Like, I'm not even a producer that keeps up with how big songs are or how many times it went platinum or none of that. You know, I'm a guy, I'm really a culture type of guy. You know what I mean? So if something is moving the culture, like a Dolph or somebody that's moving, it don't matter how big the song get. It's just the fact I'm relevant still because this song right here is moving, you know, my demographics.
Well, yeah. I mean, the song features Drake. It hit 14 on the charts. I checked this morning, 140 million, you know, listens just on Spotify alone.
Yeah.
I mean, how's the back end on a Drake song? Like, is that just the craziest shit ever for you?
Man, that's another thing. I don't even count the money. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just producing, man. I'm doing what I love to do. So, okay. You know what I mean? It's always a blessing when somebody like a Drake get on the song. Like with Migos, with Versace, it's like, oh, Drake on the song. Oh, Drake said my name on the song. It's like that makes it big and, you know, I'm thankful for that right there, but I'm always still chasing, you know, the new thing.
Wasn't there some controversy over Versace? Because Drake is on it, but then, like, there's no video for it. And I'd heard a rumor that Birdman wanted the song on Cash Money, and then there was some kind of friction around that. I mean, is that true?
I don't even know, but like I said, every song that I have produced that's been a big song has had some type of rain, you know, had a cloud over it. Every song. You know what I mean? It's always something. So, you know, that's I feel like God had always used that to keep me going and keep me, you know, chasing after, like, okay, you still got more work to do. You still got to go hard. Yeah. You know what I mean? That song ain't finna make you the biggest producer in the world. So you got to keep going. So, and I always took it like that.
Well, you were actually there for the verses with Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah.
You said it got pretty tense at certain times.
Of course, you know when it got tense. The time it got tense, it was like, boy, ain't nobody say nothing. It was so quiet in there, it's like almost uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what's going on up in here. So, but that's what I think that's what made it so special. You got to think these are the things that people look forward to. We still talking about rap music. We still talking about, that's what this is. It's competition. So, it's supposed to get like that, I feel like.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you talk about the verses, Gucci started out with Benchwarmers, which is a diss track. And then later on he played The Truth. And, and then at one point, Jeezy actually says, listen, I'll tell you what, though. When I called you instead of the invite, did as a real man, it's been 20 motherfucking years. And Gucci's like, it's only 15.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, however many, you're still talking the same shit. And it seemed like, okay, things might, who knows? But then at the end, they actually performed So Icy together, which once again, you performed, like I said. Was that the first time that song was performed together?
Oh, I think it was, man. I can't remember. I remember one time them performing that song together. That was at Club Chocolate on Glenwood when Puffy was there, and that's when the song just started getting going. It was Jeezy's show, and him and Puff was on Jeezy and Puff on the bar, and Jeezy performing his song. But you could tell everybody like, man, do Icy, do Icy. Me and Gucci in the crowd. We just standing out in the crowd, just watching the show almost. Then it was like, he started doing Icy. Security walked Gucci up there to the stage. And that was probably one of my most proud moments because it's like, I know me and Gucci, what we come from and what we've been doing. To see him have to like, oh, boy, they doing the song. You got to go up on stage and do it. It was just like, that was probably one of my most proud moments. So to see them do it at the Verses again, it just brought me back to that same day.
Yeah, man, that was a dope moment in hip hop.
Dope, real dope.
And then, at the end, Gucci said, "We appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey man, listen, I respect it. I appreciate you throwing out the olive branch. I accepted, no disrespect. That's all love." And then didn't they end up doing a tour together afterwards?
Yeah, they're doing a tour right now. Yeah.
Chess, not checkers.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Money move. That was up.
Yeah.
Last time, I talked to you, you said you still give 10% back to the church.
That's all. Come on, that's
that's still the case today with all the Drake money, all the Usher money.
Come on, that's what I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That's always gonna be that. That ain't gonna never change.
Okay, what church is the recipient of all these funds?
Man, listen, I had my grandmother has a church. I'm with a church right now, Life Abundantly Christian Center, that's in Conyer, Georgia. I done been there for about 10 years. So, it's a blessing, bro, because I used to go play music at church and I get paid as a musician, to be the music director. And, so every Sunday I'm doing 2 services. I'm doing choir rehearsals. I'm doing things. This is how I make my money. I never had a real job because this is how I make my money. So it's a blessing to be able to now play at church every Sunday for 2 services and do rehearsals. And I don't want no money. I'm just giving money. So, why would I change what I'm doing?
Right. Wayne, are you giving 10% back to your church?
Man, I give so many percentage back to my baby mama and child support.
Yeah. That is the church.
My family the church, man. I give my family the money. Yeah. I just give it to them. They don't got to do nothing. I just give it away to people. A lot of people beside my family. Some people I'm taking care of right now. Nobody don't know.
Same way. Yeah, that's
like for real. Give it.
That's what it is.
All right, it's gonna get it anyway.
They gonna get it.